Hello, everyone. Now, I have a very interesting movie for you. This movie, during 1989, obviously Batman with Michael Keaton came out, and it was a huge, huge success. But there was also another Marvel movie that came out, and it was called The Punisher, with Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher. Now, they've made several Punisher movies after 1989, but that was officially the first one. Now, they never aired it in a lot of cinemas, but it cost $9 million to make, and they still made $30 million. I don't think it was a national-wide release, but it still made $30 million in the box office. I don't know what its overall estimate it was, even after VHS tapes, but I never heard of the movie, because Batman took over everything in 1989, pretty much. So, Batman was a huge hit, as you know, with advertisement and everything. But The Punisher was Dolph Lundgren. Now, Dolph Lundgren was Draco in Rocky IV. In Rocky IV, he was Draco, the Russian. And that was a very popular movie back in the day. That was popular, and a lot of people don't know this, a little bit of history. It is so interesting, this history, because back in the day, there was curtains on the theater. And then when the movie was about to start, they'd open the curtains. People would stand up and sing Old Canada and sit down. But the ending of Rocky, people really got involved. They all got up and they cheered that Rocky won. And it was just an amazing time to see that movie. So that's when Dolph Lundgren started to become popular. So they got him to play the Punisher. It's an hour-and-a-half movie. But, the action's like Kill Bill and other action movies that are crazy, even like John Wick, crazy action sequences. But they were cheesy. It reminds me a lot of Commando in a lot of ways with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'll do a different review of that some other time. But The Punisher, if you know the story of The Punisher, his family got killed, and they left him for dead. And all of a sudden, the bad guys started dying. Years later, bad guys started dying. So when he was left for dead, he healed himself. He became a loner. And in this one, he was in the sewers, barely talked to anybody. And he also narrated what he had to do. So there's narration involved. Maybe not narration, but he talked to himself. But the action sequences were incredible. And obviously, the police were trying to capture him because you cannot be a vigilante going, just randomly killing people. But there was an actual really good story to this. Now, originally, when I went to Blockbuster to rent it, and I was looking at the pictures at the back of the VHS, it showed pictures that weren't in the movie. But I've heard, but I can't find out any information, the movie was originally 3 hours long. That would make sense according to the pictures on the back. So it would have had more of a story. The first hour and a half would have been him and his partner, and then a bit more build-up of character development, and then obviously he becomes the Punisher. Now, I had some friends, and we wanted to watch a movie, and I recommended this one, and they enjoyed it. They didn't say it was a bad movie. I kind of like movies that sometimes people don't like. The Punisher is an underrated movie. Dolph Lundgren's in there, but so are some other actors that you would recognize. Good acting. It was good acting and a fun movie. It's him down in the sewers, all by himself. He needs to take on the whole world, even the cops that are after him. Very well done. There is a scene where he's at the docks, and he's just kicking it. He's just killing people, and people are it's a funny scene, but it works. It's like John Wick action. A little unbelievable, but fun to watch. The Punisher is an underrated movie. 26% Rotten Tomatoes, and I'm like, really? 5.4 IBM, and I'm like, really? Because you go in, right from the beginning, there's action. Then there's a bit of a story. then there's his partner believing that Frank is the one doing it. It is way better than any of the other Punisher movies they've made. And it got good reviews in a sense of when they first showed it to the audience. But I think it just, Batman took over. But it was a huge rental release. People enjoyed it. And Dolph Lundgren, to me, played an excellent Punisher. It was a comic type book. Sword fighting, guns blaring, action sequences. They would have had a lot of fun making this movie, and even the soundtrack, to me, was incredible. So if you haven't seen the 1989 Punisher, I'm not sure if you can actually rent it or not. I didn't look into that. I'm lucky enough to have it on VHS if I could find it, because I got a whole bunch of old VHS tapes and I still haven't found. But check out The Punisher. You wouldn't be disappointed, and you would be surprised. And even the dialogue is fun, corny, and some of it's serious. All right, everyone. Bye for now. I'm not going to tell you any more. There's really not much to say about The Punisher. But check it out. Dolph Lundgren plays an excellent Punisher in my opinion.